Hey guys, so today we are talking about something that we have actually seen quite a bit about, been a lot of controversy surrounding it, which would be the L.O.L Dolls. And you're actually the first one who saw that. You saw it, you sent it to me on Facebook, which I don't ever get on Facebook, but you sent it to me on there and I didn't even know what the hell an L.O.L doll was. So, tell me about the article you saw.
Okay. Well, it wasn't an article. It was the video of this. A picture? I don't even remember.
Some person, some mom.
Yeah, some mom was out. Would she qualify as a Karen?
I don't think so. I think Karens are extremely unreasonable. And I think that this is pretty reasonable to be kind of upset about. You don't think so?
Well, okay. I don't want to get from the subject, away from the subject, but it's more like, before you buy a toy, you kind of should know.
Yeah, but do they advertise it, like, on the box? Like, how is a parent supposed to know?
Well, because it says right here.
We actually bought one.
Okay, so I'm going through the Facebook now. My niece loves L.O.L Dolls. And for the past 4 or 5 years, she's been obsessed with them. So anyways, I never thought anything about them because I don't buy them. I bought her like one or twice. And I never thought about anything. Then I'm going through Facebook and then there's mom who is upset that the dolls to begin with kind of do dress a little spicy, I guess I would say. Provocative, that's the word. Thank you. But anyway, she's upset that on the little instructions, on the little booklet, it says that to clean her, you have to put her in ice water.
Oh, so there's like actually an instruction booklet that tells you to put it in water?
If you want to clean her. Apparently, according to what it says.
Clean her.
Right.
More
anyways.
like dirty her up.
So she goes and she puts the little doll on ice water, because that's where the instructions say to do. And turns out that the doll goes from a regular doll to having lingerie on her, painted. I guess it's like ink, I'm guessing, that reacts to cold water, and then
she got that body paint.
Right. And I guess people started to make more articles about it, more videos about it. Apparently, because obviously there's outrage that a little doll designed for little girls, I guess, like my niece, I'm a bad uncle. I think she's 6, she's 7.
No. What if your niece watches this?
Either way, she's little. This dolls are designed for little girls, and I guess they're marketed towards little girls.
So it has to be from children 3 and up.
Yeah. So anyway, so how dare they put this little tiny L.O.L doll designed for little kids and made it such a provocative thing.
So in case you guys don't even know what we're talking about, you guys are completely new to the scene, you haven't seen anything about L.O.L dolls or anything, because like I said, I didn't even know what they were. I'm going to read you guys this little excerpt from a Snopes article.
Links will be in the description.
Links will be in the description.
I love how we keep saying you guys, but
yeah,
I bet you only have one view. So
whoever
viewer, you're awesome.
So it says, in August 2020, another bout of outrage engulfed the internet as social media users complained that L.O.L surprise dolls secretly displayed lingerie on the dolls after they'd been dipped in water. This controversy came on the heels of similar accusations that were levied against the toy company Hasbro for a poorly placed button on one of its troll dolls, and unfounded and false allegations of sex trafficking against the furniture company Wayfair.
But here's what I'm thinking. This could be true. I tend to believe that maybe it is not, because there's a lot of hoax out there.
Are you serious?
There's a lot of hoax out there. So I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying maybe it's not true.
But like, you've seen pictures of it, so how can you think it's not true? Mind you, we have
Photoshop.
Mind you, we have one, so we're gonna do our own experiment of it and see whether or not it's true. Okay?
Yes, we are. But also, like, okay, so look at this. I don't know if you can, this is really out of focus. And there's only one that's kind of halfway decent, looking like a girl.
She cute.
This, I don't know that is dressed like a little girl.
I mean, she looks kind of like a hoochie, but I mean, you think about it. Barbie, Bratz, all of them, they had their hoochie times, but they were never just flat out in lingerie.
What I'm saying is that, like, if you look at this, you're automatically, at least I am automatically looking at something like this, and I'm automatically thinking, is this appropriate enough for my child? I don't have children.
Right. Now, we don't have kids, but at the end of the day, it's not like we can't tell. Toys have been over-sexualized. I mean, just in general.
Yes.
Like, everything has been sexualized. I mean, you see those memes where it's like me at 15 versus 15-year-olds now, and that really is the contrast between now and, you know, a couple years ago. There's an issue with, like, the troll dolls.
Okay, so with
and then
that,
you press the button and it's like she's making all these ooh ooh sounds. Like, yeah, like.
Okay, so that's kind of weird. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm skeptical about certain things, but I was actually thinking about that. And it's between the legs. I would have to have that doll for me to test this theory. But what I was thinking is, what if the button is in between the legs? Because when you press the legs, it was designed to do like giggles. So for example, when you grab the doll, right, and you're grabbing it from the legs, and you're like wanting her to do something, you can like press the legs and then it giggles like, hey.
Hey, if that were the case, then the buttons would be on the inside of the leg. If the
By pressing it?
But it's flat.
That's the thing. I don't have the doll because what if it's not flat? I have had action figures, right? The way that the legs are cut, they have a little bit of an overlay into the crotch area because that's just the way that they're designed.
Of course.
So if there's a button in the middle, by you pressing the legs, the button might be pressed and now she's giggling. So like, let's just say that I'm a child, right? The doll is this big, right? And if I'm a 4-year-old child, 3-year-old child, my hand is this small, so the doll might be this big on me. So it might just be easier for me to like press it, and then by pressing the legs, it does the little giggles.
What would be the point? What would be the point in the pressing the legs together? If I press your legs together, that wouldn't make you giggle, would it? I mean, I guess it might, but...
I mean, you need a couple of drinks.
So there has to be like some piece that's sticking up on the inside of the leg so that when you push them together, they go up to that button.
That might be the case, but because we don't have that doll...
I think that's bull.
I'm not defending the toy makers whatsoever, but that's what I'm thinking maybe happened on the Trolls doll. At the end of the video, I'm gonna test this.
Yeah, we're gonna test this one.
You can see it's for real new because it's had a little plastic thing.
Well, I'm just like, why would parents fake being outraged over something like that?
Well, I'll ask you this. You said, why would parents?
Well,
Who's to say that the people who actually make those videos are parents? They might not be.
So do you think that people would just legitimately be not having kids at all or anything like that and just going to the store, buying these things looking like a creep like you did, and I'm just kidding. Put fake outrage out there. You think that people are really doing that?
Not necessarily for the fake outrage. But who puts out these dolls, by the way? Okay. So MJ Entertainment puts them out. What if, and you would have probably seen, I guess, where I'm coming from if you would have bought them with me, because my girlfriend bought them with me, and we saw probably 3 different brands of dolls that we thought were L.O.L dolls, but it turns out that they're not. So it's like there's different, like, I guess, copycats of L.O.L dolls. Mm-hmm. And I guess as I'm saying, that sounds crazy to myself. I'm saying maybe L.O.L is doing so well that the competition is like, oh, let me try to, you know how cancel culture is really big right now. Mm-hmm. So what if the competition is trying to do something?
Oh, so you're saying that the competition is the ones who are out there spreading these fake images?
Perhaps. in order to damage the LOL name. And so now parents are like, well, I'm not gonna buy LOL dolls. This other doll is cheaper and it looks more friendly and there's no outrage about that. So maybe that's a good alternative.
Okay.
Or if I'm like if I'm an uncle and my niece loves L.O.L dolls, and turns out that they do have little lingerie and the things. Maybe as an uncle, I don't want to buy my niece little lingerie little dolls right there. So I'll buy another doll that doesn't have that. Is this racy? Yes. Should it be designed for someone who is 4 years old? I don't think so. I don't think it should be. Do I think maybe the images is fake? Yes. So I just want to say, if I can, a little bit about the L.O.L doll and the Anna doll.
Yeah.
Those are their frozen dolls. Let's just stop. So, this is, what is this? Where's her name?
Anna.
Anna? Okay, perfect. I don't watch this stuff. Alright. So, let's find where the button might be. Is it on her cheek? Is it on her stomach? Is it in her arms or her hands? Nope, it's right there. Now, let's press up against this part right here. That's the boob. That's the other boob. This is the button. Alright, pretty much right there. I feel like I'm assaulting her right now. Lowering her dress. Same thing with Elsa, her sister. Oh, there we go. So at least she has something covering herself. But either way, right boob, I guess left boob, the right boob, and the button. The buttons are on their chest, and there's no excuse for that. But the doll from Frozen is boobs, is between the boobs. But technically, and I don't mean to disrespect you in any way, but they're teaching me to do this.
Yeah, I mean,
for her to talk. I think that sometimes they talk about it subliminally. That's straight up out there, man. I don't have kids personally, so I'm not necessarily as outraged. But at the same time, come on, man. Like, where are we going? Where are we going with this? That's all I'm asking. Think of the children.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent. Because also it's more like maybe subconsciously the child is, and I typically think those things are outrage and like people are like overreacting, but maybe it is true. Maybe subconsciously the children are saying these things and they're saying, okay, I don't want to start dressing provocatively.
No, I think that's 100% true. I don't. My younger sister's 14. If she ever walked out of the house with some of the things that I see these girls on Instagram wearing, I would snatch her up. No, but I mean, like, she wouldn't though.
Get a switch.
You
would
get a switch. I would have her go pick the switch, and then. But no, I mean, it's just.
Imagine the psychological trauma you create in a child. Go grab the thing I'm gonna beat you up with.
Yeah, that's a video for another day. It is that is the case. Younger, I see, and again, not to sound like a boomer, but I see girls on there, and I'm like, oh, she has to be like in her she has to be in her 20s at least. And then you find out that they're like 15, 16, 17. That happens all the time. So somewhere subconsciously this has become okay. Not only for the teens themselves, but for parents.
And let's just say that I am someone who is trying to sell a certain product, an over-sexualized bikini for a little kid. It is not the kid's fault, because that kid is just a model because the parents wanted that kid to be a model. But it is the responsibility at that point of the manufacturer of said bikini or say whatever clothing item.
Well, I will say this because I think that this is a huge issue within society in general. Is like how you say it's the manufacturer's issue or the manufacturer's responsibility. No, it's the parents' responsibility. And I think parents put way too much pressure on teachers, doctors to a certain extent, all of these different people. But parents need to take responsibility. Parents need to take responsibility for raising their kids. You brought them into this world, and it's your job to make sure that they get from here to here safely. And stop placing the blame on the responsibility on everybody else.
I like that. I agree with that. Kids and toys and whatever are making our children grow faster than they probably it's probably healthy for them to do. But at the same time that all these toys and everything is becoming over sexualized, parents, it's also your responsibility to make sure that what you feed your child mentally or for their entertainment, it is up to you to make sure that they get the right things.
I think we need to go ahead and crack this L.O.L doll open and just figure out whether or not this is actually a hoax.
Alright then, until next time, this has been our dose of Ponderol. Until the next dose of Ponderol, see ya. Box, got a little plastic thing in there so you know. Alright, and then the doll itself.
Oh, okay, there she is.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, she's already naked.
She's already naked.
She a chubby one.
We're not fat shaming though. Okay, so this doll has been underwater for 5-10 minutes now. It's really cold, and by now the color should have changed. We waited a little bit. We kept waiting. We put more ice on it because the color never changed. So we're about to find out if the colors really do change. And it turns out that the colors on this doll did not change at all. You see them lips. I'm talking about the over-sexualization of toys and stuff like that. In my opinion, they look like the lips of a sex doll. Now, I've personally never had experience with a sex doll, so I can't tell you, but by the movies, the TV shows, and all the media that I've seen sex dolls in, them lips looks like sex doll lips. Or am I just, again, overreacting to it like other people? I was thinking it was a hoax because it didn't change colors until I saw my girlfriend pointed out the instructions to me. So I guess some of them cry, and then some of them squirt water out their mouth, some of them squirt water out their vagina, and then some of them are the ones that change clothing into like whatever. Anyways, I guess this is a good time to just end the video. Hopefully you guys found it interesting, and hell, if you didn't, just because to prove a point to us, subscribe. If you liked it, subscribe, and if you found it uninteresting and you hate us, subscribe. And then like the video as like a sarcastic thing.